Hello and welcome to this highly questionable, always highly questionable extravaganza. What do you like today, Bo?
Stay to see Andrew Bogut assemble a shower curtain.
Wow, that's what we've got. Dale, papi.
Is LeBron setting himself up for a lifetime of disappointment, making his motivation chasing the ghosts that play in Chicago?
What else is left for him to chase? This is Lee Jenkins. Sports Illustrated sat down with LeBron James, and one of the things that LeBron James, businessman, marketing expert, did in moving to Cleveland is he changed the math for his career. When it was in Miami, it was not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. It's win 1 for Cleveland. He's got 3. He's golden forever after what they pulled off last year. That's all that there's left for him to do. What other goals could there be?
Now, he might be golden forever in Cleveland, but for the rest of us who have been hammering him for every misstep he's ever made in his career, now he absolutely better get to 6. The thing is, you don't get to be LeBron James by picking the easy challenges. If you're going to find something to shoot for, Jordan would be the guy to shoot for. Of note, Tim Duncan, Kobe, totally skipping over those guys. That's not really what we're shooting for. He figures I might land there, I might come up short, but I'm going for Jordan.
But here's the thing, though, Bomani. Even if he gets to Jordan, we romanticize Jordan so much going 6-0 in the finals that we won't allow him to be Jordan even if he gets to Jordan in terms of number of championships, even though he might already be just as good as Jordan.
We might not because we're a little bit old, but there's a generation that grew up loving LeBron James that will deify him if he gets to 6 like we did with Michael Jordan.
Well, you know that Michael Jordan wants to play for the Warriors right now.
Just to get another ring and make it hard on LeBron. Let me tell you, Michael Jordan read that and was like, who you calling a ghost?
I mean, if LeBron comes back and gets to 6, Michael Jordan's going to be out there on one of those walkers with tennis balls at the bottom trying to get number 7.
Is Klay Thompson right that he won't be sacrificing by playing with Kevin Durant?
Interesting interview Klay Thompson did with The Vertical. Talked about Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors. I mean, we all see this as cutting into Klay Thompson's shots. But Klay Thompson says he isn't going to have to sacrifice anything. He's still going to come off screens and do all the things he did before. And he's absolutely right because it's not like Klay Thompson's out there getting his own shot. A big reason why Steph Curry wanted Durant to come is to share the load of carrying the team. Klay Thompson isn't a guy who's been asked to carry, so there's not that much he's going to sacrifice.
Chris Bosh said it best, though, when he joined the Miami Heat after he had endured some turbulence. He said, you don't know the sacrifices you're making until you're actually making them. If he thinks Kevin Durant is going there to be Harrison Barnes and that it's not going to cut into his shots, he's absolutely wrong. The sacrifice is going to be in the number of shots that he's taking. Everyone on that team is going to be getting better shots, but all of them are going to be getting less of them than they're used to getting.
But one thing, though, his light is still going to be as green as it ever was. It is pretty damn green.
Don't worry, Klay. All you got to do is just don't pass the ball to Durant. That's it. Just keep the ball and keep taking shots. That's it. Just ignore Durant. That's all.
That would be entertaining to watch.
We would like that. That would be fun. Yes, that would be fun.
The Washington USA Bulldogs Nigeria make you more or less intrigued to watch the rest of their games.
Well, they're clubbing everybody by an average of 40 points in the 5 games they played. Go ahead and show some of the highlights of all of these dunks. This is going to be fun to watch, just this all the time. I mean, this and this, like this is what it's going to look like. And I'm guessing, Bomani, that a lot of people aren't going to watch unless something somehow is close late, because you're going to get tired of watching so much of this against the overmatched.
Who's going to get tired of it? I mean, I got a different. I thought you guys were Patriots. You telling me that you don't want to watch the good old US of A blow out the rest of the world? That's the whole basis of everything that we actually are doing with this team. No. If they're going to be out here flying and dunking like that, in spite of Mike Krzyzewski saying tone it down, yeah, I'm here for it, totally here for it. It's just not going to be your typical Olympic audience, because your typical Olympic audience is not a sports audience.
I tell you how we beat the Team USA in Brazil. I tell them, hey, you guys, all of you come down to the bay, go for a swim, you know, that'll be hell of a swim, you know, they'll go for a swim and everybody's going to get sick. That's what is going to happen.
Invite Draymond, some ladies. We're all skinny dipping in the bay filled with sewage.
Look here, all kinds of terrible stuff's going to happen in Brazil. Team USA ain't going none of it. They're going to be at some resort listening to samba, chilling.
Is Andrew Bogut been a little soft about his life in Rio?
He has got a lot of millions of dollars, and the conditions in Brazil, you know, are not very good. And so Andrew Bogut tweeted out a photograph of a shower curtain. He is not happy about this. It's going to flood the place here. That is him Olympic villaging it in the toilet, I guess. And what else we got here? We got him tweeting out, bed, a single bed. He's going to have to sleep standing up. Penthouse Villas, yeah, he's not happy here. And then finally, he tweets out a photo here of a request to not urinate on the ground, which is good advice for everybody involved. The American basketball team is staying on a luxury yacht, of course, which is where they should be staying.
I mean, to be fair, though, to Andrew Bogut, everything the Australians that have been in Brazil have gone through, apparently there was an Australian delegation where their Olympic village caught on fire. They were robbed. After the fire, they were the first ones to get there to see all the exposed wiring and everything else. But Bogut made a point. He snuck in there. That's how the athletes are living. The delegates, they're living high on the hog. I'd be salty if I was Andrew Bogut, too, because I make way too much money to be sleeping in a worse place than some dude who's just a suit at the Olympics.
You mean to tell me you cannot urinate on the floor? What kind of place is that? I'm glad I'm living in the USA.
Yes,
you know,
I
do it all over the place. Right. Hey, that's right. USA, 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 USA.
That's why your shoes make that noise when you walk across the room. Okay, now I understand.
Are the Dodgers treating Yasiel Puig unfairly?
Man, talk about a fall. Yasiel Puig was a phenomenon not that long ago. Now he's going down to the minor leagues. The Dodgers tried to trade him. They could not, but they told him, we're going to try to trade you. And if we can't trade you, we're sending you to the minors because we just traded for somebody to take your job. Are they treating him unfairly? His OPS is right around 700. Hard to make that call. It seems, if nothing else, Puig, who's only played about 150 games the last 2 years, needs at-bats. The only at-bats for him are in Oklahoma City.
They are not treating him unfairly because of the aforementioned OPS around 700, the worst of his career. But the guy they just traded for to replace him, career OPS of about 700 in Josh Reddick. He's not that much better. He's not 25. He doesn't have a world of talent. We've seen what it is that his ceiling is on this. And so while it's not unfair, this is a guy they're clearly tired of because when your OPS is so 700, you better not be the guy in the locker room that he is.
Are you kidding me? Oklahoma City, they lost a star recently. They need you, Puig. You know, they're going to welcome you with open arms. That's right. OKC. That's right.
It's Westbrook and Puig now in that city, right? The two biggest sports stars.
That's right.
He is going to be hell on wheels in that town, by the way.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, we talk to Davo Sweeney. Hi, Davo. How are you? Nice talking to you again. Nice talking to you. I'm putting on my morning cleanse on this year, buddy, so you better come through for me.
Yes, sir.
Joining us at the beach today is Davo Sweeney.
I imagine he'll be relentlessly positive. He's the head coach at Clemson. He made Clemson good. Yeah, let's talk to him a bit. Were you always as relentlessly positive as you are now?
I think so. Yeah, I think that I've always tried to live my life with the glasses half full. You know, I thought I had everything I needed. You know, I didn't really realize that my life wasn't the norm until I, got up in middle school and kind of realized that you know, it wasn't that way at everyone's home and things like that. But I remember a lot of people helping along the way. I remember the sacrifice and struggle of my mom. I remember some tough times with my dad and watching him struggle, with life.
For people who don't know about your hardships, Davo, like how often were you sleeping in your car, for example, before you got to college?
Yeah, not often. On occasion, we when I was a kid, we just kind of, just middle class. My dad was a hardworking man, sold washers and dryers. He was a washer and dryer repairman, sold washers and dryers. My mom cut hair. She worked at the mall, and again, I thought that we had everything, and we had a nice little home. But then we lost our home. I didn't really understand why until later. But my father was an alcoholic, and he dealt with the struggles of life, with alcohol. And he was a great man. I lost my father a year ago, August 8th. But he was a great man who loved his family. He was one of the most giving people that you could ever meet in the world. But he just, when he would drink, he became mean. And so there were times we had to run out of the house, and sometimes we'd stay in the car, sometimes we'd go stay with a friend or whatever, and that kind of became the norm through middle school for me and into high school, and it got worse and worse and worse. And, you know, we lost our one home. We moved into another home. We rented it. Then we moved to another place. Then that kind of came to a head. And then my mom and my parents finally divorced my junior year of high school. And we moved into a little townhome, lived there for 3 months, got evicted. So then we moved in with a friend. And I slept on the floor. She slept with my friend's sister. And then I ended up leaving my mom and moving in with my grandmother, my dad's mom. And she kind of had a little government subsidized housing apartment that I lived in with her. So it was a trying time for me, and there were a lot of questions as a young person of why me. And you know what I tell people all the time is, you know, you have to be able to dream and think and believe beyond your circumstances.
Davo, you reconciled with your father later in life. Can you tell us the most scared you were, the situation you found yourself in when you were most scared as a youngster?
Oh, just times the police came to my house as a kid, and or you know, my dad might have come home and he wasn't himself, and you know, it was violent times, and I'm hiding and hoping that, you know, it'll go away. Those were some scary times for me as a kid, you know, because you don't really understand all that's going on, you know, and then scary times for me when, you know, we all separated as a family. You know, I never wanted that to happen. I wanted us, no matter what, to stay together, but it just got to a point where things had to change, and that was a very difficult thing, and I was very scared for my mom, and you know, what was going to happen with her, and you know, there was a lot of struggles along the way, you know, and a lot of people know my mom ended up moving in with me at college. And was my roommate for 3 years. Shared the same bed, you know, my sophomore, junior, senior year of college. So you do what you got to do to make ends meet and to chase your dreams. And for me, that was the sacrifice that we had to make.
Didn't you get to college and the registration fee was like $550 and you didn't have it, right? How did you get it? What did you do?
Yeah, well, I had been at Alabama for a year, and then going into my second year, my redshirt freshman year, and I went to get my schedule, and so I go over to get my Pell Grant because I got to pay for it, and we'd gotten the tax returns in late, and so the paperwork hadn't processed, and basically I had to pay half my tuition that day, or my schedule was going to be canceled, and my money wasn't going to come because it was going to be another month or so before I got my money. And then, so I was counting on that money that day, but it was crazy. It's crazy how things work, because I go home that day and I had a Discover card envelope. It's got a letter and it says, you know, congratulations, you know, you qualify for, you know, our new Discover check program. And they had 2 checks attached to this letter. And I thought it was a hoax. I called 1-800-DISCOVER and talked to the lady, and I'm like, all right, there's one, and she's telling me all about it. Oh, you just write it like it's a check for whatever you want. And I'm like, well, there's one problem. I don't have a Discover card. And she puts in my information, and she comes back. She goes, oh, no, you do have a card. And they had mailed it. She goes, oh, I see, it was returned. It was a bad address. And I'm like, what? I got a Discover card? And she goes, yes. And she goes, you just write it for whatever you need. And I said, well, what's my credit line? And she said, $1,000. She might as well told me $100,000. And so I went and paid Mr. Cotton, my landlord. I owed him about $400-something in rent. I went and paid my $550 to the University of Alabama that I had to pay. I was instantly $1,000 more in debt, but I was still in school and still had a fighting chance. So that was a great, great moment, and I always talk about that when I give my testimony, because only God can do something like that.
Oh, that's nice, very nice.
Davo, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, guys. I appreciate the Clemson love, too. Okay.
Nice talking to you. Go Tigers, yes, go Tigers.
I like it.
Hi, Davo, how are you? Nice
Hey,
talking to you again. Nice talking to you. I'm putting all my money in Clemson this year, buddy, so you better come through for me.
Yes, sir.
Highly questionable. It's broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. All my life I hustled just to get that moolah. And I stack my chain shop, then go see the Jula. I stand in the kitchen, I whip up that work. I stand in the kitchen, I whip up that work. My son's TV show is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brew with a fighting spirit since 1925. Do you question MJ's casting advice?
We are going back to the Michael Jordan Skills Academy. What's going on now?
If you had an opinion on who's the main role in Space Jam 2, who would you have chosen?
If I had an opinion who should be starting in Space Jam 2, who would I choose? I would probably say Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
How the hell did he come up with that?
I mean, a dunker, somebody. He's not putting anyone else who's actually near his class. He's not going to give LeBron that role, so he gives someone who will never be in his class that role.
What a random name, though.
Not as random as Kwame Brown, though.
You know who should star on it? Draymond Green. And it should be rated X.
No.
Oh, Space Jam. Yeah!
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about him. Well, you too, but...
Do you question if this American deserve to get jumped?
All right, this is U19 soccer. It's the U.S. against Bahrain. Bahrain is up 3-1.
Nice. I like how you pronounce that there with a
I had a
flourish.
professor who used to say it like that. Let's go.
Jesse.
Here we go. U.S. is in the dark jerseys.
Just seen again.
Oh, what just happened there? Oh, yeah, there. Okay, you kicked the ball.
Whoa!
Yeah, kick the ball off the kid's head, and now they're going to kick his head like a ball. Yeah.
Come together, Bradfield's in their
That's
turn.
why I love
Peacemaker
soccer
of the
fights
US
so
coach.
much because no one ever knows what to do with their
Sorry
hands.
scenes to end the US campaign at
They
the
do
cricket
use, you
competition.
see more kicking in soccer fights than you do anywhere else, right?
Yeah, I tell you this though. Oh yeah, that is a little much. But let me tell you a rule to remember forever. Don't stunt on the road. Like the U.S. appears to be playing a road game, and the dude tried to get all spinneroony with it. Don't stunt on the road.
It's a life rule, kids.
Wow. He took a ball to the head. That was bad, but I've seen worse.
Oh, the endless library of Poppy's videos.
Yeah, you think you remember this one?
That's right.
This should have ended in a brawl too. That's excellent right there. I mean, that's funny. Right. Mom should have come out there and started kicking.
Boom!
Dad in the head.
Gotta say, kid's a little bit of a slow reactor. Like, not just to getting out of the
come
way of the
on.
ball, but even after you
Come
got hit by
on.
the ball, it took him a while to figure it out.
Come on.
Do you question this impersonation?
Impersonation of, let's see.
Well,
Oh.
glad to see
pretty
everybody
good.
here today.
No, it's pretty good.
Really no injuries to report. Team's looking pretty great out there. So with that being said, time is yours.
Road clear he's got down.
Yes, it is. He's a great man, and the team's looking pretty good out there today.
That's my cue, good looking. Come on, beautiful. All right. Go get you a hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really tell how good the impersonation is unless you stand him next to some children so he can look like Gulliver in the land of Lilliput.
Oh, yes. Landy Reid in the punt, pass, and kick contest when he was 14, allegedly 14 years old.
As if his job on the team would be to punt, pass, or kick. Whose number 34 jersey did he steal? There's no way he was getting handed the ball.
Speaking of fat impersonators,
What?
Ooh.
Really? You guys. That's so not cool. And
Wait, that's not you?
that looks just like me.
That's not you?
I mean, right down
Put
to the
that-
hat.
put that back up.
I mean, it
Put
does.
that back
It looks
up.
just like me. It really does.
Now put it back up. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
why don't you want to acknowledge that was you?
I mean,
like,
it
who's
does.
that you're
It
with
looks
that you
like
don't
me.
want to claim?
It looks like me. It really does.
time to play the game that needs a new chastity belt. See or no?
Tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
In Oxnard, California, Cowboys training camp.
No, you guys being unfair to Romo all the time. Fat shaming now, Tony Romo, because an unflattering photo. He denies that he's fat. He denied it while looking skinny. But look at that photo right there. That doesn't look like a skinny Tony Romo. That he does. He looks heavy there. He looks like that's how I would look if I were running out to the field to quarterback the Cowboys. Bomani, are you intrigued?
That's not how you would look if you were running on
That
the field
is
to
how I
quarterback
would look.
the Cowboys.
That is how I would look.
Well, you ain't got a lot of these people.
That is,
Don't do
that
Tony
is
Romo.
how I
Don't
would
do
look,
Tony
just
Romo
like that. Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, Tony, if you want to lose all that weight, just talk to Jerry Jones. He can set you up with the right doctor. He knows what to do.
Right. Not a diet. Some sharp instruments. I should have left that subtle.
Streaming on Netflix, Last Chance U.
Oh, I heard this was good, Bomani. Have you heard of this? This is JUCO College, Eastern Mississippi. Let's see what we've got here.
When he started winning, it got better and better and stronger and stronger.
We run an offense that's flashy, fast as lightning. We're not going to take the foot off the gas pedal. That's just what we do.
No scores were unheard of prior to the Buddy era. You get into this East-Miss Mercy rule.
The Buddy rule. I mean, it really was put in to keep Buddy from running up the score.
Buddy made no friends, and we didn't make any friends as a team. He wants to win at life, at football, at everything.
It's the way it is. Some people like you, some people don't. We're easy not to like,
Gluttonous. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I would love to see a version of this that's a little bit less, shall we say, authorized. You know what I mean? Because, JUCO is a fascinating world.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued, but I'm telling you something that give me an idea with your mother tonight. Netflix and chill.
Chill. It's not plural.
The important part was your mother.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We always appreciate you watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
What did I say? I mean, what did I mean? What those Netflix and chill mean,
Don't worry, you'll like it.